I was going to tell you about one more thing about Johnny Parker that used to play bass with me, the guy that used to say revenge is best served cold, the guy that was going to carve rat in someone's forehead once after he broke his arm and knocked him out. Anyway, I remember when he was drumming for us in the Hired Guns at the American Hotel, him and the drummer Al Forsyth got in a fight. And Johnny ripped the earring right out of the guy's ear. He also told me once when I was in trouble at one time, and one time I spent 30 days in a treatment center, going through, they did AA meetings and lectured you on drinking and drugs and all that stuff. And it got me off the road and the time to sort of dry out and redo my life. I wrote a bunch of gospel songs in there. I wrote that one, Les Law's favorite song, forget what it's called now. Anyway, I remember Johnny Parker. I spent time also in detox 2 or 3 times where I remember driving there drunk showing up in my car and just about falling out of my damn car. Good thing the cops never stopped me. And I even had a spoon, a lady from Germany to give me that was an actual German World War II Nazi spoon that had been, half the spoon was missing on the end from the guy scraping his can out on the Russian front. And those damn people at the detox threw it out. Anyway, I spent some time in those treatment centers. That's when I started studying the Bible and getting more religious, and I started writing gospel songs. That song I was thinking of that Les Law liked is called Now, that I wrote in the treatment center. And I remember Johnny Parker once when I didn't really want to hang around with him much anymore, and I was sort of trying to stay straight, and he phoned me up one day, and I was kind of trying to make excuses why I didn't want him to come over and start playing with me again. And he said to me, "If you don't quit whining, I'm going to come over and give you something to whine about." That was old Johnny Parker. He got killed in I think he was passed out on a bus somewhere, down this years later after I lost touch with him, and he, after the whine about thing, and he got in some kind of altercation with the bus driver, and they charged him or something with assault, and he didn't want to pay the fine. It was supposed to be a fine or something, and so he went to jail, the Fraser lockup out here in Coquitlam, to tell he was awaiting trial, and he got in some hassle with some Russian guy in there or something, and the guy picked up a TV and hit him over the head, and he died about 5 hours later in Royal Columbian Hospital. It's too bad. I remember getting a hold of his parents, because Johnny was actually responsible for me having all the Danny Tripper live tapes. He used to really like Danny Tripper too, and Johnny Messenger and these guys. John had some funny friends, but he used to bring me these Danny Tripper tapes, which I later on rescued and put them out for Danny Tripper live. They would have never been in the world. Danny Tripper is one of my very favorite guitar players in the whole world. So anyway, that's a little bit of extra about Johnny Parker.